Hey, this is Johnny Bean, and I just recorded a video. Somebody asked me how to do this Eddie Van Halen tremolo picking high pitch thing that Eddie used to do during the '80s in his solo. Anyway, I just did that video, and I got another message. You want to know what gear I use? This is what I have right now, sitting here. I got the 5150. It's an original 1991. I've had that since like 95. Was my main amp for a lot of years. A 412. This is just a 212 cabinet that I'm using with it now, but I've got that. Here's a bunch of pedals here. My setup changes all the time. It's never the same. So just what's on here at the moment is a rat, distortion, octave, Boss octave. Eddie used to use one of those too, like 20 years ago. And yeah, speaking of the octaves. That last video I just did, I was showing you. You were asking me about the whammy, the Digitech whammy. Eddie uses one of these now. Actually, he uses one. I believe he used one on the new album on the that song Chinatown. He used one of these, and he uses it live during his solo on the last tour. He was using it, like if you recall. Man, I just took my whammy bar off. If you recall, during his live solo, he does this thing where he's like, see if I can do this without the bar. He's like, wait a minute, it's all right. Here we go. Does that sound familiar from the last tour, his solo? That's what he was doing. I was using my fingers. Anyway, that's the whammy, the Digitech whammy. And Tom Morello is famous for using this. And he actually uses the good one. He uses the old ones. This is the newer model, which they're not. They're good. They're not. They're not the best. They actually take a lot of the tone out of your sound when you use it. But I use that. I use a looper sometimes, like what you just heard before. That's pre-recorded in there. I actually have different things recorded in here from years ago. Let me see what else is in here. Nothing apparently in that one. Well, here's something. This is an old demo of mine, an old song. That's in there. I should actually record this song. A band I was in several years ago. This is one of our tunes, and I would use the looper to play that part, and I would just like do different things over that. But that was like part of the intro of the song, or the verse. No, that was the verse. I should record that actually, because we used to perform the tune, but we never actually recorded it. Oh, what else? Super feedbacker and distortion. I actually never use this. I just stuck it on there just to have some fun with it. That's this thing where it's basically just a Boss distortion pedal. It's basically just the regular distortion pedal, the regular Boss. Satriani uses one of these. He uses the distortion, not this, not the feedbacker. But with this, what you can do is you can hit a note and you can press down, and it kind of sustains. It creates a fake note. So it's almost like a synthesizer. It's kind of cool, kind of weird. See that? That's the pedal. That's the pedal again. So it's kind of neat. I use that sometimes. This is actually the best fuzz in the world right here. The Fuzz Factory, the ZVEX. That is my favorite. My favorite fuzz pedal. Use that with the whammy and it's great. I use that. I've got delays and stuff. Here's another cool pedal. The Blue Box. Jimmy Page used this on a song years and years and years ago. You can make it almost sound like you're playing like an old Atari video game. The way it octaves around. Need some volume though. It's like an old video game. It's just like the octaves like crashing together is what it is. So there we go. That's a bunch of my stuff. And the guitar that I'm using right now is the GMW 5150. They made the same guitar for Dweezil Zappa in the 80s. It's not actually pink. This camera is like high definition, so it kind of makes it look pinkish, but it's not. It's red. Anyway, they made the same guitar for Dweezil in the 80s. His was called the Shamer 5149.5, I think it was. And if you're familiar with the Eddie Van Halen Dweezil Zappa interview from Guitar Player 1995, Dweezil had this guitar with him, and you can see it in the magazine. So yeah, so there's a bunch of that stuff. So like I said, this is just stuff that's on my board right now. Stuff I'm using. I've got other stuff. Actually, my main amp is this Fender. The Fender DeVille. That's me right there, JohnnyBean.com. There's a whole box of guitar straps. There's some pedals in there. Different stuff in there. That's my main guitar right there. 1996, 1972 Tele custom reissue. That I've got a Strat a friend of mine built. This friend of mine, he's built guitars for local bands, including Rancid, Green Day, REM. Actually, he's built guitars for the guy in REM, Peter Buck. There's my bass. Here's my my Ernie Ball right in here. Actual Ernie Ball guitar. A lot of different stuff. Let's see. What else? There's some more pedals here. The tube zipper. I'm actually using this on this song right here. That part right there is a tube zipper. Boss percussion synthesizer. That's kind of a cool old pedal. Anyway, that's a bunch of my gear, stuff I use, stuff I'm using right now. It always changes, always. My setup is always changing because I write music and I write all my own stuff, and so I'm always using different things, different stuff. And I know I do these Van Halen videos because I grew up on Eddie, and I basically learned how to play because of Eddie, watching the Live Without Net video, watching the S Festival video, watching the Tokyo '89 video. I had all those on VHS tape in the late '80s, in like '88, '89, '87, '89, '90. '90s when I got the S Festival and the Tokyo '89 video on VHS. A friend of mine got those for me. But yeah, so I know I do these Eddie videos because I know how to do a lot of these tricks and stuff. But the main stuff I do is like rock, indie rock, hard rock, you know, whatever this song that's playing right here. It's called Heavy Mellow. This is an original. It's on iTunes, Bandcamp, YouTube, SoundCloud, all that stuff. Anyway, so here's the, it's just a video of a bunch of my gear because you were wondering what I was using. So anyway, hope these videos help, and remember johnnybean.com. Like the Facebook page, Facebook guitarist Johnny Bean. Follow me on Twitter @JohnnyBean. I like to tweet. And yeah, if you have any questions on anything else, whatever, feel free to send me a message, whatever. And if I can help, I will. Alright, rock on, dudes.